Hello everybody, welcome to another Auti talk, Soiree in the City. It's normally with our beautiful Kerry Arliss, but today it's going to be me presenting because as you can see she's not here with us today. So today our special guest is Julie Core from HTC and Wolffkran. HTC Wolffkran are our sponsors, one of our many sponsors, but they do, I've got to say, out of all our sponsors, they do the most for us in terms of helping us out by doing lots of challenges to raise money for us. So we've invited Julie today to just find out a bit more about HTC and Wolffkran, and to find out also what she's learned about autism through us, through working with us. And so we're going to start. And the first question we'll say, what is your role in HTC Wolffkran?
Okay, so I'm the Human Resources Manager, excuse me. I joined the company in November 2015, sorry.
Gosh, I didn't realise it's that long actually.
And they put me in to introduce HR as a function in the company, so to bring more structure, a little bit more caring as well, I think, to the employees. So that's the bit of my job that I enjoy the most. But I was put in there to put policies and procedures in place and generally improve the level of management ability. So I'm in there training and coaching the managers. Because typically, like most companies, you get good at your job and they give you a management role, and you know it's a different skill set. So yeah, I think it's important to understand how to effectively manage people.
Well, the other thing is you're like the only girl, aren't you, really, in the lads side of things? Is that true?
I'm not the only girl, but I'm one of the only girls. We have about 280 crane operators, and 4 of those are female. So you know the ratios are small, and there's a handful of women in the office. But I'm certainly the only kind of senior manager there who's female.
How does that feel?
I like it. I think you tend to get what you see with the guys. It's very muck and bullets, construction industry. It's very down to earth. There's no hidden agendas with people. And actually, you know, I think you can get the boys to do what you need them to do a little bit easier, cajoling and charming them into whatever. Yeah, but I think it's a great working environment. Good. And they're very, very hard working people. Very down to earth.
Really nice actually. I've spoken to a few of them. And they're really, really lovely. I've got to say Stevie's probably my favourite, and Dave, but don't tell anybody that. I've just told the world, but never mind.
Don't tell anyone the mind.
Just the whole world, but never mind. So yeah, okay, so the next question is, now HTC Wolffkran's chosen charity in terms of autism. What do you know about autism? What have you learnt, would you say, from us?
I would say that when I met you, lovely ladies, I knew nothing about autism apart from watching the film Rain Man, which I think most people with no experience. And I would never claim to be any sort of expert, but I understand more that it's a neuro issue, and the spectrum of it is so wide. You know, people are affected in so many different ways. It's not a black and white situation where, you know, if you've got it, that's what you look like, and if not. And I think that for me, the hardest thing for you parents is that it's so not visible. You know, if you had a child in a wheelchair and you were wheeling them around the supermarket, you get that. People will help, people will, and I think that you know, when we've talked about the meltdowns that your children have, I have been one of those mothers at supermarket tills where I've kind of looked at this child going, oh well, you know, I've never done it outwardly, but I've thought in my head it's really changed the way that I perceive a parent with a child having a temper tantrum. Actually now I think that could be a meltdown, and I give the mum a really nice smile. I think, you know, if I could bring you a cup of tea right now, I would, which is what we did at the Christmas light switch on, you know, just give the mum a cup of tea. So yeah, I understand it's a very complex condition, and you know, there's so much more to learn about it, but we're very keen at HTC Wolffkran to know more about it, because it's a subject close to our hearts, because some of our operators have children with autism.
And you've got an operator who has autism as well, haven't you?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we put some measures in place for him, so he doesn't have to travel on the London Underground, because now I understand that that's too overly sensory for him. He just can't cope with the noise and the flashing lights and things like that. And actually, understanding a little bit more about it has really helped us to support him.
So you know the goggles that we made you watch?
Yes.
Because the goggles kind of made you see what it was like to be autistic.
You made me cry in front of my work colleagues, yeah. So I pretend to be this really tough cookie at work, and you just shattered the illusion. But yeah, I watched the VR experience, and I could feel my heart getting, beating faster. I was almost panicking myself, even though I was in your office with some nice cakes, and I knew I was very safe. But you could feel that tension, and reflecting on it afterwards as well, thinking what the mum must be doing, when they don't quite know what to do with this child, because I'm sure, it's different every time. There'll be something else. Yeah. So, it was very upsetting for me. I found it very emotional to sort of take that, and I burst into tears, didn't I? I said, God, it must be absolutely awful. You take your own children to Meadow Hall, neurotypical children, and they kick off because they don't really want to go shopping. No child wants to go shopping. But to realise it's such a frightening experience for them, it really, really opens your eyes. Yeah. And I wish that you could put that mask on every person in this country. Yeah. I'd love to stand in a supermarket and actually those tutting mothers, of which I was one once, and let them see what it's really like.
And I think that's what we've experienced. I mean, we've all had different experiences of different things that have happened to us. Mel's had a few, haven't you? And and all of us have had like a few problems with that, wouldn't you say?
I mean, you always wonder what especially if your child. I mean, I know that not all autistic children have sensory issues, but a lot of them do, and so you're kind of on a heightened sense when you do go out shopping or
always on your guard.
Yes, when you're outside, because you've always got that chance that something might trigger it, whether it's a really strong smell of something, bright lights, or really loud music, something, and it's not your child's fault if they go into sensory overload because of all that stimuli. Because like you said, Julie, you saw it. I mean, even when I didn't quite grasp how hard it was for Hadi on a daily basis and what he sees, because I guess you can't until you visualise it yourself. And I just thought, how on earth does he get through the day to day? Yes.
Yeah. We learn every day, though, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
I would say we learn something new about our children every day.
It's developmental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their disorder is developmental, and for us, the whole learning process, it's going to always be there.
Yeah.
We learn with our children.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah. And I think
like learning on the job, I guess.
And I think your child surprises you so often. You can imagine a situation where, this is going to be really tough for them. And then turns out they're fine.
Yeah.
And you've worried and you've been anxious about it, knowing that you're going to have to put them through that experience. And then they're fine.
Yeah. Do you find that they pick up your anxiety then? So you're heading to Meadowhall, for example. I'm sure you all probably avoid, but apart from when they've got the wonderful events on. But, do you think your children then get quite nervous about that because you're nervous? It's almost like a cycle that you're in, isn't it?
Yeah, because the thing is, our children as well, they kind of know the way. They know the way to somewhere. So if you say you're going to, going to Nana's house, and you go, but you want to go somewhere else first or something, if you try and divert.
There's things like
he wears a strap sometimes.
He wears a splint,
and I never noticed.
Because the other thing that got me about Tommy and Leo is that they're so they panic in certain situations. But I went to see them dance. I went to see them. It's called Spotlight Theatre, isn't it?
Yeah, and the theatre group's called. Their specific group's called Chance to Dance.
Chance to Dance. Yeah. Oh, wow. And I'm telling you, they did like a performance. I cried. The dad was sitting next to me, and I was just like, oh, they sitting there feeling all proud, and I'm going, oh my God, they're so wonderful, because honestly, they were so focused and they did so well, and it's amazing what our children can do, and I know that there's a saying, never underestimate, and it's true. With our children, you can't underestimate them because you don't know what they are truly capable of. I mean, because we're always on our guard, I would say that we put limitations on them as well, because we kind of think they're not going to cope with that, they're not going to do that, and then when you're forced to put them through that situation, then sometimes it works, sometimes it really doesn't, and you're right. But it's one of those chances that you have to kind of take with your child. You have to say, okay, you know, I know you don't like doing this, and try it to see if it works with them. But if it doesn't, it can go horribly wrong.
Yeah,
it really can.
We go to lots of places and stay for 5 or 10 minutes and then leave. We've yet to go to the cinema and watch a whole film. We're working towards that.
Yeah, but Lorraine, you're not giving up though, isn't it?
No,
you're
exactly.
trying, because if you avoided it totally, that's
Yeah.
not going to be the real world, is it?
Yeah.
So you're trying to integrate them. You're not giving up.
No.
But I don't think that that's the case for every parent, because sometimes I have heard of parents who said, I just won't take them shopping because it's just such a hard experience.
Which is why we opened the shops. That's why we did what we did. We did that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's why we did that, because I'm telling you, it is an absolute nightmare trying to do. Is it best to say the normal things that everybody takes, that people take for granted, the everyday things that people take for granted. But so you've learned a lot from us, then you would say.
Yeah, I think I've learned. I never would have imagined that I was a judgmental person, but I think you certainly take. I'm reflecting. I certainly don't think I was judgmental. I think I'm pretty much normal and typical.
That's what I'm saying.
People, but it's just made me stop and think a little bit. And I'm very interested in how people cope with non-visual disabilities because you look normal, so people expect you to be normal, but that goes right from autism to someone who's deaf, and you know, I just think, just to be a little bit kinder. I mean, certainly I wasn't being unkind.
No.
But yeah, I mean, you know, when I see a 9-year-old size child throwing themselves around on a supermarket floor now, my immediate first thought is, that's a meltdown. Why doesn't she give that child? Even though I'd never say it and my face wouldn't say it, you'd think it. Because you know,
we thought it though. Before my son was diagnosed, I thought it. I did it. I did the same thing. I mean, I've seen children slap their parents and kick them, and I was just like, oh my God!
That was my child.
That was that, honestly, that's what I did. But guess what happened to me? My son slapped me, and he kicked me in. You know, and it wasn't. He didn't do it. Go up to me and slap me, or go and kick me. He was like so overwhelmed with everything that was saying, and it turns into pain, physical pain. So he was in physical pain, and you know, and me as a mother. All I could do, I tried to do the natural thing, which was to hug him, and I didn't know at that time that was not the right thing to do because I didn't know much about autism. So my natural instinct as a mother, as he's kicking off, is I'll go to hug him, and of course he's kicked me and he's punched me because he's trying to say, don't touch me, because actually physically touching him at that point when he's already sensory overload going on, he's actually hurting more. I'm actually causing more harm, more damage. So, you know, the fact that I had to just learn to back off, but I didn't know. So I ended up being one of those parents who, you know, who people totted at, and in, as I said, in one of my videos, it's the video that I did with Auti. That's what explains the supermarket one.
That was brilliant. And the more you can get that out on social media for people who are not touched by this not just autism, but all sorts of, like I said, non-visual disabilities. But to get that out there, more and more people who just, you know, flicking through Facebook, let's have a look at this, and you watch that. It's very emotional. I think you've got to be made of stone if you fail to be moved by that, you know. And it might just stop. It might just get a kind smile from someone in a supermarket rather than that.
Do you know what?
Kind of.
If it changes one person, just one person, we've done something. And this is why we do all these things. This is why we do things like these programs and stuff, so they can see it from our point of view, what it's like for mother, what it really feels like for us. Okay, so the next thing I want to ask you about is the 3 Peaks Challenge.
Yes,
this is the second time you crazy people are doing this.
Yeah, so last year we did the Yorkshire 3 Peaks Challenge, which is in Gulborough, Whernside and Penigent in the most beautiful part of our country where I'm from. And that's a 26-mile hike round these 3 lumps in one day. So you set off at 6 in the morning. You're supposed to do it within 12 hours. I think a few of us were a little bit longer than 12 hours, but we limped round. And my 2 little dogs came with us.
Yeah, they were brilliant.
We raised quite a...
Yeah, 11 grand altogether. That
was with the company contribution as well. Yeah, so that was a great challenge. We thought we'd go a step a little bit further this year. And so there was 19 of us last year and 2 dogs. And this year, sadly, I can't do it for my own personal health reasons, but there's 45 people.
Is it 45 now?
45 people. We've got people coming because Wolffkran, we're HTC Wolffkran, so the HTC bit is the UK bit, Wolffkran is the overall company. So we've got people coming from Austria, Switzerland, Germany, a whole load, so 45 altogether.
I did not know there was that many. Last time I think I spoke to, I'm sure he said it was 40 last time I spoke, and even that I was like, what?
Yeah, so it's some fee, and they're, so they and this is a real physical challenge, so I personally couldn't do it myself this year, but so you start in Scotland at Fort William, and the idea is you put your hand in the sea. This is the kind of ceremony.
Really?
You put your hand in the sea, and that starts the challenge, and you go up and over Ben Nevis. Yeah, so up and over Ben Nevis. And please don't ask me how tall these mountains are. It's quite large mountains. So, and then you get in a minibus, and they drive you to the next peak, which is Scafell Pike in the beautiful Lake District. And then I think you climb that in the night, so you're up and over, and then you're back in your minibus, and then you're down to Snowdon. You climb up and over Snowdon, and you go to the sea just at the side of Snowdon, at a lovely beach actually called Bryn Mawr, where I've been, and you put your hand in the sea there, and that is the end of your challenge. And you're supposed to do all that in 24 hours.
I can see you like collapsing into the sea.
Wow. So we've had, it's been quite a bit more organising of that this year, because we've had minibuses, because you need to transport the people around and all of that. So yeah, they've all been climbing up what's it called, Kinder Scout and the local kind of hills that we've got around here, and there are plenty of them. You've got to be a mountain goat, I think, to live in Sheffield. So they're doing that at the end of this month.
It's going to be really spiritual in a way for some of them, I think.
So, yeah. I'm really gutted I can't do it with them, but I've been cheering them along from the background and and helping with the organising and things like that. So yeah, Dave and Steve doing a wonderful job as usual. Getting them all.
We cannot express how grateful we are for that.
Yeah.
I mean, we really can't. It's just absolutely amazing to do that for somebody else. You know, for somebody else's children.
Yeah, but it's a charity that's close to our hearts, and you're very close to me now. You're never getting rid of me.
No, we'll talk about that.
As I said to you last year, because Leisha was really naughty last year. She came and met us at the end of the Three Peaks Challenge. I'd walked 26 miles on a bit of Kendal mint cake and some water.
On it, though.
Yeah, she did. And I came limping into this village, and Leisha's there with the kids, and they're all, and I just went.
I don't think it helped, because me and Lorraine both went.
They were all just crying. I think all the local villagers were like, who are these loonies? It's the last weekend in May actually that we're doing the challenge. I've forgotten the date, but I don't know if you want to check your.
That's all right. That's fine.
It's the bank holiday weekend. So yeah, when you came and met us and you said thank you so much for this, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, you climb mountains every day.
Yeah.
So that was nothing for us, you know, a few blisters and we can put our plasters on and get on with it, but you have to get up every single day and climb mountains just to get you shopping and go to school and get your kids in the school uniform. So, you know, honestly, it's nothing.
I'm
speaking on behalf of 45 Ukraine. I'm going to cry again.
Oh my god!
And bear in mind, so a lot of those guys climb up those cranes every day, so they've got good strong legs, so they'll be fine.
Just amazing.
You know, Miles has been to the top of Snowdon. They have a train that goes up, and it takes an hour. And last year it was Pete's 40th, my husband's 40th birthday party, and we booked to go on this train. He didn't tell me it was an hour to get up on this little train, and he certainly didn't tell me that it wasn't a proper train. It's just like a little tiny
chewy thing,
and you're stuck with somebody else in front of you that you don't know. Your knees are touching. Oh, what have we got there? I was thinking, Miles will never be able to do this.
No.
He'll never be able to do this. Oh God, this is going to be awful. And I felt sick. I felt absolutely sick. That little boy amazed me.
Really?
He sat on my knee and just watched the view all the way up to the top. And it was wonderful.
Some view as well, isn't it?
And we climbed up to the top, and he went onto the very top and sat on the stone.
Oh,
and he just looked around and took it all in.
Wow.
And he just loved it. And I think that's an example of something that, as a mother of an autistic child, your own preconceptions can sometimes stop you from doing things.
Yeah.
And Miles has shown me so many times now that he can surprise me, that he can do a lot more than I probably think he can.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the little things that really upset him, not the great big things.
Yeah.
So
climbing a mountain's just another day, and then, like you say, putting your shoes and socks on sometimes is a challenge. So
even getting them out of bed or trying to get them to just move forward or do something is sometimes a challenge.
I mean, you're right. I think we all underestimate our children, and they do surprise us in so many lovely ways. But I think that's the reason why we do underestimate them. I think it's more because we worry. And we
want to
we
protect.
Want
to protect them from the world. I want to protect my baby from the world.
As a mom, you just want to sort of put them in like a kangaroo pouch and keep them there. Do you know what I mean?
I think even with neurotypical children, that's a normal mum instinct, but it must be a millionfold for you parents.
I just feel it's heightened. But what I feel that since being a part of Sparkle and sort of with other mums as well of children with special needs, sometimes just having that support network, you might not necessarily realise that your child can do that, and another mum will, and will put that child out there. Like if Leash thinks one of our Sparkle babies can do something, she'll be one of the first sort of to say, can such and such a child do this for us? Because she just sees the potential in all of them, and I think that's wonderful. And I think it's lovely that having that support, we sometimes let go as well. Like if we meet up together, we can kind of relax, and our worry kind of sort of goes down, and our kids just get on with it. Like if they've come here to Virgin and they're playing, it's amazing. They love this place and they just get on with it.
Yeah,
don't
they play very nicely together. But the one thing that I think is so important as well is I think what people don't realise is when our children are diagnosed with autism, and you don't know how to deal with that as a parent, and you're not sure what's going to come next. What happens with us, it knocks us, it changes us, it changes our self-esteem. You become more like a recluse because you don't know how to cope with certain things. You're scared because you think your child is not going to cope with that. And I think what Sparkle does is we kind of bring that together, so wherever we go as a like a load of us. So if anybody's going to say anything, if anybody's going to, it's very highly unlikely that they'll say anything to a load of people than to one. And that eventually builds up your confidence to do something by yourself, because you go as a pack, almost like a pack together. And that's the one thing that I'm so glad that God gave me this idea for Sparkle, and that's what it's made. It's given us that family. It's given us that security together, and also I wanted to build everybody's self-esteem, because as I said, as mothers, that is the hardest thing. Trying to get a job, and trying to get a job that actually accommodates your appointments and the different things that you have to do. We can't do that, and I'm telling you, our parents have the most amazing skills, but we can't do anything with them.
Oh, I can help you.
Oh yes, we're going to get involved with that. But they have just like, we've got people who do sewing, and Kerry's fantastic at at doing this sort of thing. Loads of things. But Kerry's very creative.
She has a wonderful eye as well.
Yeah,
designing,
and she's very good at things like this, communicating with people, and she's amazing with children. And this is why this role as Auti Talk is for her, because to be honest, out of all of us, she's the best person for this. Lorraine's brilliant at getting the children's different activities for the children. My God, she just organises everything, and we get to do things like going on the boat, on a canal boat trip. We get to do art. They get to arts and crafts by themselves, soft play, all these things that we get to do, and
she used to be a teacher.
Skills, but the skills. This is what I'm saying. The skills that they've got, but all that gets lost when you have a child with autism. All of it does. Your self-esteem goes to the floor, and you're scared to move forward. So and that's another thing that Sparkle does, and we're trying to do more of that by bringing more parents in, more volunteers in, to kind of help us kind of organise that. So actually we'll move on to that, because you're actually leaving HT Wolffkran, aren't you?
Yes, I'm leaving HTC Wolffkran.
I must be gutted, absolutely gutted.
And it's not because of the company at all. I'm leaving my career as a HR manager. I'm ready for a change. I've been doing it for 20 years, and I want to take some of the skills and some of the stuff that I love doing in HR and change my career. So I haven't decided yet, but I'm probably going to go into a coaching, mentoring, maybe do a bit of yoga teaching, but I haven't decided yet. But certainly one thing that I have committed to is to come and support you girls in the office and volunteer time with you. And I think, I can offer a range of skills. But also, just as you've been saying that, I had an idea pop into my head about trying to start an initiative with employers, where it might be just a volunteer job where a parent would go in, and just to kind of raise that profile within local employers to say, these people have a lot to offer you. And all right, you might need to be a bit flexible if they get a call from school, or they need to attend an appointment, but come on, let's look out there. We're always talking about how hard it is to get good people into jobs. Well, there's lots of good people here who would be looking for work.
Yeah,
so I'll get the brain will be going in the next few months.
Seriously, we've got some skills. I mean it, we've got some really good skills, but we're lost.
Just the stuff you pull off for the charity, those are great employable skills. Those, being super organised, all of those skills that you've got, and the people skills. That's real valuable stuff for an employer, and that's speaking as someone who employs people.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Julie's Sparkle Yoga.
Yes, haven't we already spoken about that? We've already spoken about that.
It would help our kids as well a lot, wouldn't it? Yoga, because it would help with the anxiety levels and stuff.
Well,
so, that would
actually, Sparkle used to do yoga. We used to do yoga with, what was her name? K-Lock, we used to do yoga with her. But she lives in Manchester, and it's difficult for her to come all the way down. But we used to do that, and mindfulness with the parents.
Yeah. Well, they're running studies in America working with disaffected children, and they've proven that now they've taken them out of their special classes that they were putting them in, the kind of naughty classes, I suppose, and they've put them into these yoga and meditation, and it's at a level they can understand. They're not kind of doing into crazy poses or anything, but they've seen a marked improvement in their behaviour and their concentration, and therefore their academic ability as well.
Some schools actually use that, don't they, in England?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I've actually been looking for a yoga instructor. So if there's anybody out there, because I've been looking for one to come into my home to deal with that with Jay, because Jaden does not. He presents as selective mute, so he won't talk, and he's been at schools. He started school September, and he hasn't said a word to them up to this day. He has not said one word to them. And they said he's absolutely brilliant at school. He's an absolute angel. They absolutely adore him. But they can't get him to say one word, not even one word. And I'm hoping that if I can get a yoga instructor in, it might actually calm him down and allow him his anxieties to drop, so that he will talk, because it's his anxieties that is preventing him from talking. And with most of our autistic children, it is the anxiety levels that prevents them from doing most things. So once they get past that level, they're able to to develop a lot more. So if there are any yoga instructors out there that can hear me, please contact us on this. And we'll do something with that. So that would be great. And so that would be brilliant. The next thing I want to talk about is you're getting married.
Yes, I am.
She's getting married.
I found someone crazy enough to marry.
Yeah, you've got grown-up children, woman.
I have, and I'm going to be a nana. So I've left it a little bit late.
She doesn't look like she's old enough to be a nana.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Yeah, so we're being hand-fasted in September.
Oh, so tell us what that is.
So it's a pagan, an old folklore tradition. Neither of us are particularly religious. We were looking around for something that would suit us. We're both very kind of do no harm and into nature, and the pagan ceremony just kind of resonated more with us than anything else. And we've got huge families. We wanted to have a big do, but not spend a load of money. So we're having a big campsite. Turn up with your tent, and out. Please.
The
Not
weather.
yeah, but hey, you know, it's England.
You'll
so.
still have fun.
Yeah,
You'll still
we've got
have
town
fun.
hall in. So yeah, we're just having a big, and so the ceremony is in a circle which is being cleansed, and our children, our 4 grown-up children, can be part of that ceremony. So they'll come in, and I don't want to give too much of it all away, but they'll be part of the ceremony, and then you make vows to each other, and they tie cords around your hands. And the idea is that you stay hand-fasted for a year and a day, and at any point during that year and a day you can undo the hand-fasting.
Really?
Yeah, and then if you stay hand-fasted, I don't mean literally, you know, you have to hold hands for a year. That'd be a bit interesting, wouldn't it? You stay hand-fasted for a year and a day, and then it's a full commitment. But you know the saying, living over the brush?
Yeah.
That's where that comes from, because at the end of the ceremony, when you've been hand-fasted,
You have to jump over
you jump
it.
over a broom.
Oh, that's like okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So do you get an actual certificate, marriage certificate? Is that all, or do you have to do?
It's not a legal ceremony, so you know, for the legal stuff, we're just nipping to the registry office a couple of days before and just kind of signing the documents. That to us is more like a visit to the lawyers, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, so but to me, it's about us being together, and I didn't want to get too caught up in the wedding, because I think that, you know, it's. Well, I'm too old, you know, I can't be bothered with all that.
You know what? To do with wedding organising, because I've done a lot of weddings, and I've got to say, because I was a wedding planner, and I've got to say, a lot of the emphasis goes onto the details and not so much about the actual why you're actually doing it. I mean, you know these programs like Bridezillas and stuff, and all those programs. The truth is on that is that they do freak out, and they freak out on every single detail. This needs to be done, that needs to be done.
That's got to match that.
And it's like, oh my God, it's not happening anymore. And they proper freak out, and you think to yourselves, do you know why you're getting married? You're getting married to another person, and that is a union of you being one. Do you understand what that means? Do you understand the commitment that takes? And no, it's about the wedding dress, and so that I think that's fantastic. I think it's lovely that you've. It's about you. It's about you as a family. It's not just about you.
It's about our children as well. We want to join as a family, and that was why it was important to us to do that. We could have just run off and got married, but I think my daughter would have murdered me in between if I'd have. Although now she's pregnant, you know, she's got a rather large bridesmaid dress. But hey, it's about the union and the spiritual connection that you've got together forever, and not.
And it's two.
Not whether your bits of almonds match your bit. I think, you know, come on.
You're encompassing happiness into it all, aren't you, if you think about it?
Yeah.
You just think it's like one big party.
Yeah. Well, we've got a field. We've got my son's a musician, so he's doing it. So everybody's kind of involved in it as well.
You said you've got bits. Did you say circus or?
Yeah, we have a circus workshop there for the kids, so the kids keep the kids happy. The mums are happy. Give wine to the mums.
That'll work.
But we'll be drinking mead because it's part of the pagan tradition.
Wow.
So we'll be drinking mead. I don't know what mead is.
I don't know what mead is, but hey.
Apparently it's a very, very sweet, like an ale. I'm probably going to get slammed now for not knowing what it is, but what if it's got alcohol in it? Really good day. I'm really looking forward to it.
That sounds like a type of wedding that if you had an autistic child and you wanted to get married, they would love that because it's outdoors and it's very free and easy, and there's no having to sit
force
quiet.
them to sit and there's no sit.
I like that.
The priest and priestess that are doing the ceremony, they've said, you know, don't be telling the kids to be quiet. You know, if the kids want to scream and shout, they can. And actually, during the ceremony and before, you can't cross the circle because it's sacred for us. But after, she said, once the ceremony is done, the children can come in and have a look at the altar, and I want them to. She said, I'll move the dagger because there's a dagger as part of the. Hopefully, we don't get. my grandma is funny because she said, "Oh, I'm not coming. You're going to be sacrificing a goat." I promise you no one will be sacrificed. but the children can come and touch the altar and touch things, and I want it to be interactive. I don't want anyone saying, "Sit down, little Johnny," you know, eat this £70 worth of food.
Oh my God.
So it's just a load of big curries and just get a drink and enjoy yourself. And we're going to have a big campfire for later on, some marshmallows.
And I do believe that you're bringing a bit of us with you because you're getting sparkly wellies.
I am having sparkly wellies with sparkles on, just for you guys. I'm not really a sparkly dress person, so I can't really talk about my dress on camera. But I'll be taking a bit of sparkle.
I bet you're really excited, aren't you?
I'm just really excited about the future, really.
Yeah.
You know, kind of halfway through my career. I think I fell out of love with it.
Really?
Yeah. I love helping people. That's why I kind of went into personnel as we were in the olden days, or staff welfare as we were in the even more olden days. But I think the role has become more about the business, and like not personally for me now, but I think the HR role, you're always kind of a bit, do I help the person or do I help the business? And you're always a little bit torn. And I think, you know what, I just want to help people, and I love developing people and seeing them achieve their goals, and that's why the coaching thing for me, I just think I'm being more and more called towards coaching and helping people. But I just never know.
In that role as well, I think it was a shame to change it from personnel to HR.
Yeah.
Because human resources, I don't think any human is a resource.
It sounds a bit cold, doesn't it?
It does. Whereas personnel is much more personable.
Yeah. But you know, the world changes, and you know, if you don't like it, then you just get out, don't you, and do something else. I think that the days of, you know, you leave school at 16 or whatever and you have a career for life, I think people change their careers, people change. So, and I was a little bit frightened to do that because it's a big step, isn't it? Because you kind of, all the training, all the qualifications you've done in the last 20 years, it almost feels like you're chucking it all out of the window, but actually it's very relevant. I'm not going to be something completely different, you know, I'm not going to go and be a hairdresser or something. It's a skill that I'm taking through to the next, level, the next career. So
and I think a lot of autism mums can sort of feel that, you know, because I had a career in radiography, and I've took a step back from that because Miles's care needs are so high. But like you say, you've still got those skills and you can use them in some other way. And for me, it was to join Sparkle.
She got skills.
Yeah.
She's got skills. Yeah.
So, for me, it was to join Sparkle and to put my sort of effort into that. And it gives me that feeling of...
You're helping your child.
I feel like I'm doing something really good, and it makes me feel really good. And that's how my career used to make me feel. And it's just one of those things. I think everybody needs something that makes them feel good about themselves. I
agree, and I think that as your life moves through, you know, you have children and then grandchildren.
Oh yeah.
What is your definition of success changes? Years ago, for me, it was high flying. I wanted the briefcase and the fancy car. I wanted to fly.
When you're younger, that's what you want.
Yeah, I wanted all of that. I loved getting on the train to London, all important in my suit and that. But actually now, success is being able to sit up a mountain and take some deep breaths and watch my dogs playing about and watch my grandbaby when he or she comes along, and knowing that my family are happy, and actually I'm less interested in earning money. Not that we all need money to pay the bills, but that my measure of success is in here rather than what's on the outside nowadays. And I think, you know, that's what you've got to keep asking yourself. If you're in a job that's you're successful, but your measure of success is being able to, you know, sit at the side of a canal and paint flowers on pots all day, go do that. This isn't making you happy.
Yeah.
I only have one life.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. And I think for us, for me, I would say it's not just that, it's seeing the parents feel more comfortable, more happy, more... not worried, not as worried. When we're together, you can see this kind of calm that comes across everybody. Everybody's smiling, all the parents are smiling, the kids are running around, they're enjoying themselves, and they're not even arguing. There's hardly any meltdowns. We've got some really, 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 really anxious children, and even they'll have a couple of meltdowns, but even they still stay it's only on a few occasions have we had parents leave because that's only because their children just really can't cope. But even if they do leave, we still follow that up and say, are you okay? Is everything all right? We don't just leave them behind. And I think it's been for us, I don't know where we're going to be.
I think it's amazing
because there's so many things that are happening.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got this whole like spectrum's probably the wrong word, but of things that you can do in the future. And what you've done recently with the opening of the shops and Meadow Hall and the stuff that I see you getting, you're always busy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you sleep?
No.
I think you're amazing, and I think that this is just the beginning.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
That is the scary thing for us. This is just the beginning. It's not even, I mean, even the board at Chatsworth House that we had, that was just
fantastic.
I can't even describe it. It went so much better than even I anticipated. But it was just the things that we're doing are so out of the box, and I don't even. It's one of those. Mel put something up on on Facebook the other day, and it was a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
It was
Mouse and Donald Duck.
Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, and Mickey's going because the caption is when somebody has a great idea. And there's a caption of Mickey going, and then Donald going no. And literally that's what it's like with us. I come up with an idea, or one of the girls will come up with an idea, and then we'll all go, oh God, because we don't come up with small ideas. No. It's humongous, but I don't think there's anything wrong with dreaming big, because who thought we would have a show?
Oh no, that's it.
Do you know what I mean? Who thought we'd do the things that we do?
But that's also thanks to companies like yourselves.
Yeah. It really is. Without their support.
Yeah. I mean, just it might seem something little, but even
the light switch on.
That's what I was
honestly,
I loved that. Our kids
loves the light switch on.
Something that
really
they
important.
look forward to.
Because they can't come into the city centre, can they? It's too much, and to have that, I mean, we're switching them on anyway.
But it's such a big deal to them.
that.
Whenever we drive past it, honestly, I mean, they're not on, are they? For most of the year, it's only at Christmas, and yet we go past it.
It's funny how many children, even like neurotypical children. My nieces and nephew, 4 of them, live in Whitby, and the mum took them to Lapland at Christmas, and they were more excited about seeing Auntie Julie's crane on the way to the East Midlands airport than they were about going to Lapland until they got there, obviously. But that light switch on was fantastic. That will continue. I mean, there will be a new HR manager joining HTC Wolffkran. We've just appointed someone. I can't announce it yet. But they will be coming along, and one of the briefs says, you need to get involved with Sparkle, and so there will be, all the support will continue, and you'll get more because you'll get me on the sidelines as well. I'm so excited about coming and joining you in the office. And
but we can't
spending a bit of time with you.
We can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
For being who you are, being honest, being so real with us, and just being there for us. You have supported us. I mean, HTC Wolffkran has really supported us, but when they got you on board, there was a change. There was a change. I could feel a change, and the heart and the heart and the soul that you've put into us, I can't thank you enough. So we just got a little bit of something to give you.
Oh, you little monkey. I did this to you at Christmas.
Yes, you did, when I got you back.
Bless you.
I wanted to thank you, sweetheart, for everything that you do for us. You are amazing.
Absolutely, our pleasure, honestly. I don't think the lads will appreciate it.
No, they're just for you. They're just for you. And we can't wait to have you on board with us.
I would say that if this was the end, it would be so emotional for me. But I'm kind of excited. So once I'm an honest woman, I'll be Julie Fisher then.
Ooh, Julie Fisher.
I'll be down at the office and giving you a bit of my expertise.
Can't wait.
I can bang a few things together on a keyboard.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
I can round up kids like sheep. So
yeah, that would be like, so it'll be you and Kerry, God help us.
I know, yes, that's what I was about to say.
Except the kids like sheep don't really come, but the kids like Tasmanian devils.
Yeah. Well, okay, everybody, this is a wrap. We'd like to say thank you so much, Julie,
Thanks for having me.
everything. We
Thanks
can't
for
wait
the flowers.
to start with the future with you. And ladies, thank you so much for being on our panel. Could you just say your names quickly for me?
Myra Javed.
Lorraine Smith.
Alicia D'Souza.
Julie Corr.
Melanie Evans.
Okay, thank you, everybody, and hopefully Kerry Arliss will be back in this seat next time. Thank you so much for joining us.